am Farcaster. I think that actually worked. It is Wednesday, February 14th, and you are here with Adrienne and Nounish Prof for a very happy Valentine's Day show. Very excited. Glad everybody's here. We made a little adjustment. We were, everybody's been wanting a sort of like green room, waiting room, and I was just having technical issues doing it. So hopefully that worked today, and we got a little bit of fun there. So that was fun. Hopefully you were able to join a little bit early and not have to refresh. So there we go. Um, on that note, we had an amazing chat with our sponsors from January and a few of our regular chatters as well. And it was fantastic. And we got some great feedback that we're trying to implement. And yeah, so just early start for the win.
Happy
And
Valentine's
so
Day.
happy Valentine's Day, everybody. That's our little gift to you.
I um as is our brand, when we try anything new, we have technical difficulties. So I just have a question because I see us on Unlonely in the
Yep.
stream, but Yes to Crypto in the chat is saying that they are still seeing the 2-minute warning. So if anyone else in the chat can just
Think
let us
there's
know if
always a
we're
delay.
streaming.
There's always a delay with the streaming. So I am now seeing us in there, and yeah, they can see us now. Yep.
Okay.
So I
Sorry.
see us.
Thanks.
I was watching it.
Back to the
Yeah,
show.
we're good. It's always a little delay. So we're starting, and they're just not quite seeing us yet. They're always seeing like slightly delayed. So anyway, welcome. Lots of
Phew.
love on the timeline today. I've got the DGen love going, and we've got Outcasters, and we've got so many things to talk about. Um, I'm really excited for Chris Co-Created's piece that's coming out later today. And I may have sent you a message. You'll just have to wait and see, Adrienne. But if you can, I think it might be done. You might still be able to send a message, but check out Chris's post, and maybe you can still send a message to your Farcaster Valentine, should you want to. Also, I loved this was from Lasagna, or Tyler over there, and Lorenzo over on Twitter is how they're known. And he did this little Valentines are red, these noggles are blue. Here's some lasagna just for you. A little Cryptoadz Valentine that I thought was adorable. But the really big Valentine's news is coming from the DGen channel and our friend Jacek, who, if you had added the DGen hat to your Farcaster name in time, you are receiving an extra $1 million in DGen tip allowance today to spread the love and enjoy some tipping. And along that note, Toady Hawk and Yellow Collective are going to be using that extra DGen to give out to those who are bidding on today's Yellow Collective noun. So lots of like fun Valentine's things happening. Love on Leverage will be back again tonight. Very fun and exciting. Last night was fun. It was not a date. It was a VC pitch. So Legion from Variant was not interested in the dating side of it. So there were folks coming in and pitching their Farcaster, connected businesses, and it was a lot of fun. And I have to say, I'm here for Reply Guy DAO. For those who were watching that, I think Reply Guy DAO has to be a thing. Has to be a thing. I want to help make that happen because that was pretty fun. So that was a lot of fun. And tonight I think we'll be back to dating show. So there were some folks
I
who are a little
missed the show
confused.
last night.
There were people who are a little confused, including G Money, who showed up and is like, I thought this was a dating show. What's happening? So it got funny.
Was it a surprise? Like, was it meant to be a VC? Who was in on the plot twist?
I think she may have said yes and then changed her mind, and maybe her dating life changed. I'm not quite sure, but so yeah, it was a little bit of unexpected twist, but it was great. I thought it was great, and I'd love to see an unlonely Shark Tank with actual VCs. I think that would be incredible because there could be some real deal funding happening, and or opportunities made. So I think although it wasn't, the intended for Love on Leverage, I think that could be a really fun expansion of the brand there. Instead of Love on Leverage, I don't know. I don't know what we call it, but something, Farcaster Shark Tank of some sort. But it was super fun. So make sure check it out tonight if you have a chance. It's 8 p.m. Eastern, and then I think tomorrow and Friday it's 3 p.m. to adjust for some time zones. But really
Yeah.
fun.
Well, over the last year, I feel like we've seen attempts at doing kind of VC founder meetups and intros just on the feed.
Yeah.
There's a channel, I think Ace created a channel, if you remember
Yeah,
a few
warm
months ago, we talked
intros.
about it.
Warm
Warm
intros.
intros. Maybe
Founders channel, by the way, is just amazing in general. Like,
Yeah.
it just
And then there's a venture
such great.
capital
Yep.
channel.
Yep.
At some point, Ben Ursing had said he wanted to create, like he wanted to raise a round
Yeah.
just to fund people building on Farcaster. So it's kind of raised from Farcaster for Farcaster. So using the Unlonely platform, but like what was missing is entertainment. So give me some Shark Tank.
Yeah. Right.
Brandon Grace, make it happen.
The best outcome is generally the most entertaining. So there we go. I think there's a lot that could be done there very easily. And we have the right talent pool already, the people who really can make that happen for real. And I think it could be a very cool thing. So we'll see.
And all that's missing is Brian dancing.
Oh my God.
Dancing with a
And Brian
voiceover.
just being crazy. I mean, that's the real entertainment is the Brian commentary. And frankly, I think he was getting a little jealous. I think he might have a little crush on Lee. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. But we'll see. We got Brian dancing in the chat right now with the gifs. But it's been a lot of fun. And it's a fun experiment. It definitely is a fun experiment. We have to give a little shout out to to RK Falcon, or Falcon, I'm not sure, but made us this like such a fun little punk version of ourselves doing our show with microphones. It's adorable. It's us on Unlonely, and it's so cute. Like I was like, can I mint this or what? We have to do something with this because it's so cute. So thank you, Falcon. This was amazing. Moving on, Perl has been popping off, and we really haven't had a chance to talk about it. Doing all their like daily kind of, I guess you would call it, I don't know, prop bets or whatever you want to call it of this sort of betting on how many likes somebody's going to get or how many casts someone's going to make, but also producing some really cool art. And they created this AI generating art thing that you can do and create your own version of their Perl art. And I thought that was really cool. So shout out to Perl and all they're doing. I think it's really interesting. I've been playing along and claiming some Perl here and there when I win. So a lot of fun. Have you checked that out yet, Adrienne, at all? Have you checked out Perl? And have you been participating? No? Take a look. It's kind of fun.
No, but yeah. I was hoping you would explain the pivot to me. So I remember Perl.
Ooh, there's a bit of a pivot.
From version 1. And then, but it's all over my feed, so I should know more about it and get in. But so I was actually hoping you would explain it.
All I can explain is the pivot, I think they pivoted even more with frames. I think the frames opportunity changed their thinking, and now it's really like a poly market, but very niche and very much about Farcaster, but it's fun. It's like, okay, is Dan going to get, more than 690 likes today or whatever, depending, it changes every day and a person changes every day. And I think it's just, it's a fun thing. I think today's is Balajis going to cast once? So I said yes. Yeah, we'll see. I feel like, he might throw some love out there on the timeline. We'll see. But it's kind of fun. It's just a fun little thing. And also they're just, the AI, they have this frame, and I'm not positive that it didn't work for me, but you can put a little prompt into a frame that then will change their Perl AI designs they've been doing, but it'll customize it to you in what you put in there. So I thought that was really neat in terms of the tech side of that, of putting the AI into the frame. and having that be as part of the text input, which we talked about, right? When we saw text input, it was like, oh, AI's next. We know you can, that's going to go together. So we'll see how that all comes down. But I definitely think, if you're not following Perl or the channel, go in there, check it out. It is interesting what they're doing, and we'll have to get Ace on here at some point to really dig into what they're doing. But I guess the pivot, yeah, the original one was more like a bookmarking, right? If I remember correctly. And this, I guess, the pivot was more, especially related to frames, just made it easier to go in a different direction. So we'll see. He said this is like the 5th iteration of Perl. I don't know. I think I missed 3.
Oh.
I think I only saw, I only saw 2. But hey, sometimes
this seems to be working.
Seems to be working.
People like it.
A few notes from Varun. Rewrote a lot of stuff on docs.farcaster.xyz. If you tried it before and didn't find it useful, give it a spin again. If you still don't find it useful, DM and let me know what you were looking for that you couldn't find. So there you go. I thought that was good to know especially for the devs. Varun's frame team priorities this week: expanding Mint with warps to support to other contracts, enabling generalized transaction in frames, and improving frame validator. So that is coming soon and what they're working on this week. Also, frame actions, a new video that dives into how frame buttons work. So if you're looking for more information, especially around the security model behind frames, here's a good video to check that out. And then lastly from Varun, a little note on Dan's post. Dan had posted, when I receive an email that's more than 5 sentences with the meme, I ain't reading all that. I'm happy for you though, or sorry that happened. And then Varun's comment back was, really glad he's the one that deals with legal. I'm sure everything is going great because legal emails are definitely only 5 sentences. So I thought that
Varun
was
is so funny.
He's so funny. He's so funny. He's so dry wit funny. He's you. It's the same.
Well,
it's the same person. You might be the same person. It's that same dry wit. I
don't know. I think my jokes don't land as well.
I don't know. They're pretty good, I have to say. Did you pay out your bounty, by the way, for the onesie? Have we had any proof of onesie yet?
I've not gotten video proof yet.
Okay, waiting on proof of onesie so we can pay out that bounty, which I still think is one of the funniest things ever. Moving on to Outcasters, a lot happening this week. We've got some very active channels happening, including degen, base, frames, Farcaster, and welcome to the top, Reply Guys. Speaking of Reply Guys, they're in there. And then we have some active users on Farcaster this week. Our top ones are Wake, Turbo, Edit, Accountless, and Perp. A lot of that coming from the degen channel. I don't think either one of us made it on this week. I think we were just being we've been bumped. We've been bumped by the degens. We no longer can keep up. I really loved, and this is your background today, the introducing Outcasters exploration frame. Explore all 31 publish snapshots and mint the Outcasters 1000 NFT at the end. I thought this was amazing. So go check out that frame. Very cool. We love the frames. What can we say? Very cool. So you can keep going forward. Check out all these amazing cover art pieces that were done along the way. Really cool to see. I really enjoyed the frame. And then Outcasters itself this week is beautiful. So if you're not familiar with Outcasters, it does have a image focus. So focusing on sort of the images that we can capture through Farcaster, and as well as some text as well. And you can kind of get a really good feel of what's happened over the course of the week. You can click on any of these and it will bring you to the actual cast. So you can see what's going on there, or if it's a mint, you'll be able to mint it over on Warpcast. So just really cool. I always enjoy it, and we haven't had a chance to really shout it out because I've been so busy with other things that I wanted to make sure we got back to it and just scroll through because it is quite beautiful. And you are sporting the frame as your background, which is really nice.
How cool was that frame?
The frame was so cool. I really loved it. Neat. really neat. I love what he's been doing. He's been really expanding. He got a grant from the Optimism Retro funding round, and I love how he's putting that to work and really kind of digging
Well
into
deserved.
how we can, how we can expand Outcasters. We love Outcasters, so want to make sure we
And
give.
Outcasters is the classic, like when new people are joining and it's like, all right,
Yes.
what do I do? And there's like a few things I'll point them to,
Mm-hmm.
including Cameron's fast rope into Farcaster essay,
Yeah.
Outcasters. Like just
Yeah.
subscribe, get the email, and it's one of like the quickest, easiest way to kind of figure this place. I don't know, figure this place out
Yeah.
because is
Or you
that
can
possible?
watch
But
past episodes of GM Farcaster too. But
that's
both of these things go together. So do both. Why not both? Little girl with yellow knuckles. Why not both? Meme. But definitely, yeah, I love Outcasters. We both have had a chance to curate. The other thing is that he brings in somebody from the Farcaster community to curate. We both had a chance to do the curation. It was a lot of fun that particular week, and I really enjoyed it. So if you need a curator again, I'm up for it. Speaking of channels popping off, Base is the first Farcaster channel with 100K followers. You absolutely rock. If you can hear me in the back, say based is what Jesse said. So that's pretty cool. They're rolling up, and that is completely due to frames and all the activity there. Not completely, but definitely related to the development activity on frames and the fact that Base is so supportive of builders and giving them grants and bounties and all that kind of thing, and pizza. Very important for your IRL
feed
hackathons.
feed the developers,
Feed the
feed the
developers so they
developers,
don't have to leave the
and
room and they can keep building.
Base is not the only channel that got a lot of followers.
I know, it's been crazy. So GM Farcaster went from like, I don't know, a couple hundred to all of a sudden I looked the other day and I was like, wait, what? So I don't even know where we are today, but we were at like 1600 or something the other day. And I'm like, when did that happen? I totally missed that. So thank you. We love you.
Thank you.
We love you very much. Happy Valentine's Day. We love you. And I'm waiting on one more thing, and we're going to announce our ETH Denver meetup on Friday. So we'll hopefully have all the details nailed down and have the RSVP ready, and we'll talk about it when Matthew is here, because I'm hoping we can use his little RSVP frame. So
Prof, have
we've
you
talked to
been
him
to
about
ETH
that.
Denver before? Have you been to ETH Denver?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
This
Because
is
I
my
had
first time.
questions for you as a first timer. I thought maybe you'd be able
I
to walk
know
me
a
through
lot
my
about
newbie
it
questions.
because I have a lot of friends who've been, so I've, kind of followed along the past couple of years, and I have one person that I've been working on with the nouns prop and everything we're doing with nouns at ETH Denver, who used to work directly with the ETH Denver crew. So I can try to answer your questions, but I don't know a lot.
Okay. Well, I'll ask you my question. By the way, I think our chat knows what's up. So we're not going to announce what we're doing till Friday, but I
They
think our
know.
chat has
They
some
know.
guesses on what
They
we're
know.
going to be doing.
They know.
Okay. Here's my question about ETH Denver. Is it typically my first time going when you're like a week or two out away, still just kind of figuring out what you're going to be doing on any given day? Events are not announced. Like things are being planned up to the last minute, and you have to kind of figure out where to go and when to be where.
There's a few things that are, so there will be a spreadsheet, and this happens for every conference. There's various people, and usually Snacks from Pizza DAO is really good about this, putting together a spreadsheet of all the events that are happening. You have to pick and choose. Like I end up RSVPing to a lot of things and not going, and that happens, and I'm sure that will happen with ours as well. The Purple Party is going to be the big one. That's going to be Saturday night. We definitely going to be there for sure. Pizza DAO is Wednesday. You won't be there yet, but I will be at that event. Nouns is doing a few things with Bidler Night. So that's a hackathon, and I'm not exactly sure when we're going to be there and what we're doing. And then there's just the main event, which is I think mostly Thursday, Friday, Saturday, where you've got speakers and all those things happening. And then Friday is our big thing. So our big thing Friday, not our meetup, but Friday we have a 2-hour session that we'll be doing interviews. And if you're going to be in ETH Denver and you want to sit down with us live and chat about what you're doing, I'm going to have a little sign up form, and we're going to get you scheduled to do that. And then we have like press passes, and we keep getting like requests to do other things. So we're just going to roll with it. We're going to roll, but we're going to be incredibly busy. So don't there'll be no sleep. There'll be no sleeping. There's no sleeping. Very little sleeping. Very little sleeping.
Because I tried making a spa day and you told me I'm not allowed to because we've got too many interviews to do.
There's no spa day. Crazy. You can do a spa day on Sunday after I leave. There's no spa days. No spa days in East Denver. Okay, we're running short on time here, so let's. I got to talk about this really quick. Farcastles. I don't know what's going on. It's a game. It's the North versus the South. I don't think it's a civil war. I don't know what it is, but you basically what you're doing. You're picking a side. You're either North or South. I chose North. I'm attacking the South. You do. Yes, exactly. I see the chat. The chat knows what's up. You're going to put your, exclamation point, attack, and then either South or North. And, Team North, let's go. Let's go. They're almost there. They're on the ropes. Let's attack. Let's take this down and see what we win, which I have no idea if we win anything. I have no idea what's going on, but it's kind of fun. So get in there. Farcastles channel. Also, AMA this Friday, 3 p.m. Speaking of Legion, who I was mentioning was on Love on Lonely last night. She's doing an AMA with Eugene in this channel. He's an incisive student of tech, authoring classics like The Status as a Service and Seeing like an Algorithm. So that sounds like it's going to be a very interesting AMA on Friday. So look for that. And speaking of AMAs, I did one yesterday with Jam Friends. So that was a lot of fun. Thanks for everyone and your questions. And if you want to go check that out, you can see all my answers there. And if anyone else pops some questions in there, just make sure you tag me and I will make sure I get back in there. Lastly, I did want to mention this. I loved this from Wake. Rainbow is the wallet, Base the chain, Degen the money, Farcaster the social, Zora the factory, New Beginnings the vibe. And I just kind of loved that little note. I thought that was pretty cool. That's it for me. Anything else, Adrienne, that I may have missed on our timeline? I think that was everything.
Good.
It's just a happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. And we will see you Friday, 11:30, I think. I think it's 11:30. It's either 11 or 11:30. With Matthew from Outcasters, which is now Events, I believe. A little bit of a brand change. And I'm really excited to talk about the frame that he has going. That's an RSVP frame and all these fun things. So we will see you Friday. Thanks to the chat. Happy Valentine's Day to our loves, the chat, and our sponsors. We adore you. Yeah, one more time for the photo. One more time for the clip. Have an amazing Valentine's Day.